at that. Just like that, it starts snowing. It's always a nice little surprise, I guess. Alright, what did I read today? I know recently there's been a lot of news about that DJI FPV drone that's coming out soon. A lot of people saying they can already buy it from the stores. But apparently there's a patent issue with the drone, which is kind of interesting. This one says, drone patent wars grow ahead of DJI's latest product launch. But as it says here, but before launching its latest generation aircraft on March 2nd, DJI, the world's biggest maker of drones, headed to court to fend off a potential patent infringement lawsuit from a litigious rival based in Minnesota. DJI, based in Shenzhen, China, is seeking a declaration from a court in Wilmington, Delaware, that its FPV aircraft, which stands for First Person View, and its motion controller don't infringe QFO Labs Inc.'s patent. DJI's new drone can be controlled by the movement of a user's hand holding the motion controller and will be sold through retailers including Best Buy and Amazon.com, according to a complaint filed Wednesday. It has features that are similar to ones produced by its competitors who have been sued by QFO, DJI said. QFO sent closely held Swiss startup Motion Pilot SA, which works with DJI in developing the motion controller, a quote, forum license agreement covering at least one of the patents, DJI said. The imminent threat of the lawsuit poses a risk of injury to DJI, its suppliers, and customers, the company said. It asked the court to block QFO from suing. QFO is no stranger to litigation. Its chief executive officer, Brad Peterson, is a patent attorney and a co-inventor of the patents DJI cited in the complaints. Peterson on Thursday declined to comment. It says here titled Homeostatic Flying Hovercraft. The patents were issued in April 2011 and July 2015. They're the focus of several others pending lawsuits QFO filed as long as 2016. So it makes you wonder if this will actually have an actual impact towards the product launch, or is this just one of those companies suing companies all the time sort of deal? And then I read this, which is kind of interesting. It deals with the topic of people getting information and who they trust nowadays. And this one here says, Canadians' trust in bosses and politicians tanked during COVID. Proof Strategy's 2021 CanTrust Index find that Canadians trust doctors and scientists, but rank employers and politicians among the least trustworthy sources of information. The COVID-19 pandemic has fueled Canadians' trust in doctors and scientists in conjunction with a surge in their appetite for fact-based news and information. But employers and politicians, not so much. Those two groups have lost such serious ground with their compatriots over the last year that they are now among Canada's least trusted sources of information, according to Proof Strategy's 2021 CanTrust Index. And read the percentages, it's kind of interesting. It says the study found the most trusted sources of reliable information are doctors, 81%, scientists, 77%, family and friends, 64%, and educators, 62%. Those numbers plummet, however, when it comes to business executives who are trusted by just 24% of respondents and politicians who only 18% trust. Some of the stats are so weird. It says Facebook remains one of the least trusted companies at 24% compared to Shoppers Drug Mart as one of the most trusted at 56%. How do you compare a social media company to a retail store, like a pharmacy and all that? It's kind of weird, isn't it? So are we all just super divided to the point of no return? But it is kind of fascinating to read how 64% of people consider, I guess, friends or family as the reliable source of information versus anyone else. It just shows you, again, I guess, the division and distrust in many sources. And that thought of trying to find, I guess, unbiased news sources, I know that's a controversial topic in many ways. Some people saying, oh, these news stations and stuff, they don't report anything valid or whatever, or it's biased. I just noticed a lot of them, they don't even feel like news reporting. They feel more like an editorial, if that makes sense. It's not just showing you, well, this is what it's like. It's more about putting some kind of slant to it, it seems like anyways, when you see most of them. And because of that, you have to read multiple sources, get people to analyze it, and then you can kind of make a decision, okay, what's going on? Alright, see you guys later.